So finally, we were supposed to do this a few months ago. A lady I've known for many years. Definitely a personality, definitely a beautiful person, definitely a character. Most definitely just a normal lady.
Right.
So, how are you today?
I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful. I'm glad that we can, that this has finally happened.
You've done other interviews before. I watched them all.
Right.
On the Luna Show and Vicky Gotti. Shout out to both of them.
Right.
You have different relationships with both those individuals.
With everyone, actually.
Which is good because everybody have their own spin on what they do. So let's start with Shanice. Who is Shanice in your words?
Well, the Shanice today, she is a woman who has come to accept that she's a work in progress, and I'm learning to respect the process. The Shanice today is mentally, emotionally, spiritually is different from the Shanice last year and the years before that. She's respectful. She's caring. She's giving. She's caring. She's giving. Respectful, understanding, and she's very sensitive too. And I think one of my problems was one of the biggest problems that always plagued me in my with my emotions that I always beat myself up for, because I'm really hard on myself, and because I guess I'm so emotional. As I was saying, one of the things that really plagued me daily is the fact that I've always for so many years put other people before me. Right, put other people's wants and needs before my wants and needs, and that it's like I feel robbed when I've done it for people who just was like, and when I've done it, when I did it, I didn't do it because when I did it, I wasn't looking for nothing in return. But it's always nice to feel appreciated when maybe you are expecting, so when I try not to expect much from people,
Who was the Shanice before? When you say that you're emotionally, spiritually, and mentally,
the Shanice before, she didn't know discipline. There was no discipline. There was no structure. There was no thought process. She was very spontaneous, very open-minded, very daring. And just me here today, the emphasis of the interview is just me on my own strength, my own understanding, because that Shanice is what I wanted to get rid of. And it was to the point where I was at the point where I was ready to kill myself. And it got really, really serious. It got really serious. So.
Okay, so before we go into that, because that right there is very profound and very real for you to say, something that's strong, that you want to take your own life, especially when you're a girl, and people may say crazy and all type of stuff, but for the most part, you're loved by many. A lot of people seen you grow, from, you came into the scene, for the people that don't know, how old?
And like 13, 14 years old.
And there's a lot of, it's kind of different when there's girls like you and others that we know, where they've kind of, now is a difference where, they just get in them and they're a woman, quote unquote. But it's very different and deeper for the ones that they've seen, like yourself and others that we're close with, seeing them grow, like their transition as far as a young girl, preteen and then teenager and young woman and then grown. So it's kind of like we see the whole journey, but also along the journey we see the good and the bad and the indifferent. And the ugly.
See, I think what set me apart, not saying that I'm better than anyone, that everything I have done was always in the, it was always there. It was always in your face. 'Cause I never cause I tried to, one thing that I've always tried to do with myself is always keep it real with myself. Always identify what I'm going through, why I'm going through it. Like, why am I doing this? Why am I rebelling against this? Why am I upset or this? Why am I drinking this much liquor or, partying and indulging in so much, indulging, different, dangerous.
So let's conquer each one, because let the viewers know. You told me nothing's off limits.
Nothing.
So first thing, the drugs.
What about it?
How has the drugs and the quote-unquote partying taken over Shanice's life at times?
Because it was a comfort zone. It was something that it was a lifestyle. From my, I diagnosed myself with addictive behaviors. So,
which a lot of us have.
Yeah, but
whether it be drugs, whether it be sex, whether it be craft, right? It's many different things.
Yeah, and that's the most important. That's the important part, because, and that's what I want to talk about. It's because everyone, we all are plagued with something. Whether it's whatever, crafting, stealing, lying, cheating, molesting children, or what I mean. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's
right.
That's the truth. You look at the news, you see it killing people or whatever. So it's the truth. But back to my situation, the drugs came about at a young age. Like mentally when I started. I think everything stems from everything, because everything I believe, and I know that it's a learned behavior. And that being said, when I was younger, when I first came into the life, whatever, when I first came into the life, I was introduced to that.
Which was what? What drug was that first?
It's cocaine, pattern. The difference between me, I believe, the difference between anybody, because at that young age, I didn't have a normal childhood. At the age of 14, 15, you had kids who were coming home from school, the parents doing their homework, getting home cooking meals. At that age, I am working, and I was, a call girl, and due to, family issues, that it wasn't bad at all. It was just, I was very defiant. I was the only child, so I was never told no. When I was told no, it would be like no, and I would throw a hissy fit and it would be yeah. So when it comes,
spoiled.
Yeah, so when it came to structure and discipline, I didn't know that. So when the no's started to come, it was like, oh, well, you're telling me no. Well, I'm gonna go and do what I need to do so I can always say yes. And it came to the point, that's how the drug abuse and that lifestyle came in, because and it was to the point where I would tell my friends and my girlfriends, like, look, I don't tell myself no. So it's no way I'm gonna allow you to tell me no. But now that's the difference between the girl from today, the woman of today, and the girl that was the girl of yesterday. Because now I know, and not only because it wasn't me, it's through the grace and mercy of God that allowed me to see this. Like I said before, I came to the point where, I was over life.